Cheer. You already know it's your boy Joe back at it again. Codingphase.com. Your boy is back and out and did it again one more time, kiddos. Hopefully you guys are doing great. Hopefully you have been working, getting your skills up, right? Going to codingphase.com, learning how to code, working on your projects, working on your portfolio, getting the skills up so you could get your money up. Okay. Shout out to everybody in here. All right. We got a couple of people. We got Frank, LePage, we got Vandalay, we got you. I'm not saying your name, but we got you in here, right? We got a couple of people in here, man. Let me see what's going on. Let me know if you guys can see me or not. Sometimes the live stream starts acting up in the beginning, but it is what it is, man. Okay. So we got a couple of people. We got Donovan, of course, right? Shout out to my boy, probably on his lunch break right now. There's a couple of developers that are on the lunch breaks right now. You know what I mean? That's why I usually like to do the live streams around 11, 11:30, 12 o'clock, because this is when the devs, take their little lunch breaks. Okay? So shout out to you guys, man. So yeah, man, in this live stream, I want to talk about my boy, Peter Levels, right? From levels.io. If you guys don't know who this guy is, listen, if you think I'm motivational, right? I get you hype, right? Imagine who gets me hype. And this is that guy. Okay. So what I can say about it is you gotta follow this dude, man. Straight up, you gotta follow him. He's a legend in the game. He's been doing this for a while. Okay, he's the person that I basically could say I learned how to make money online as a developer by watching his moves. A lot of you guys are watching me now, and you guys are gonna implement a lot of the things that I do into your own life and your career. In 5 years, 10 years from now, you're gonna go back and be like, damn, man, Joe was a really big influence in what I do now and the way how I run my businesses, right? Because a lot of you guys will become business owners and will have your own startups, will have your own Shopify apps, your own agencies, etc. Whatever pathway you decide to go, and you're gonna look back and you're gonna say, "Damn, man, that guy Joe Santos Garcia, right?" Some of you guys talk like that. You talk like that. That guy, Joe Santos Garcia, he was a great guy, right? So 10 years from now, the same thing that I'm doing now, for my boy Levels.io, Peter Levels, is the same thing that you're going to be doing for me 5-10 years from now, right? Once you got your business, once you're already doing your own thing, you're making your own money, you're going to go back and be like, hey, man, this is the dude that put me on. And this is what I'm doing right now. Okay. I'm showing you guys things that my boy Peter just dropped yesterday. Okay, because this is super motivational, man. Like this gets me hyped, right? You see how a couple of people get hyped, they're like, whoa, I'm gonna follow XYZ and this person and this and that, and they know how to code. It's like, I don't care about that. Talk to me about the money, man. Like, talk to me about people that's actually building things. Talk to me about people that is actually active. Okay, that's the people that I look up to. I'm not trying to look up to. I don't care about no YouTubers. I don't care about no freaking dude that's creating some framework or some library. Talk to me about the guys creating products. Okay, if you're not building products, I don't want to hear from you. That's my mood. Okay, you don't do nothing for me. But let's break it down, okay? Shout out to your boy Levels.io, right? If you guys don't know who he is, here you go. That's your boy Peter Levels, OG, triple OG. Okay, definitely go follow him on Twitter. You see how I'm here on YouTube, right? And I talk about the income that I make, the type of moves that I'm making, the type of companies that I'm opening, how I'm focusing on Shopify applications, right? And why I'm focusing on Shopify apps, right? Most of the guys that are doing this type of moves, they're not on YouTube. You know what I'm saying? The guys that's making money like myself, they're not on YouTube. I'm the only one that's here. Nobody else is doing this. Okay? I don't know why, sometimes people don't want to be in front of a camera. Sometimes they feel like, they're shy, they're introverts. But you know me, I don't care. I'll come to the camera. I don't care. With no shape up, no nothing. I ain't got no problem. I'm not here to impress nobody. You get what I'm saying? Like, when I come here, it's like I just came outside of my house. It's like, hey, man, how's everybody doing? And you get what I'm saying? Like, I don't care, right? I ain't got no problem to show up in the camera, right? I don't care, right? I'm comfortable in my own skin, all right? But shout out to the people that's making it out here. This is why I tell you guys, and I'm going to continue to try to bring more people like this to you guys to show you what's possible, what's out there, so you can learn from them, okay? Same way how I learn from them, okay? So shout out to Levels.io. So he basically just posted on Twitter, right? RemoteOK.io, which is a website that I recommend to every single one of you guys to go check out. If you want to look for remote jobs, definitely go to RemoteOK.io. Okay, right here you're gonna find basically all the top companies and small companies and gigs and projects that people are looking for hiring a developer remotely. Okay, if you want to get a job remotely, this is the #1 job board for that. Okay, and it's been for years already. Okay, he's been grinding it out. Okay, now he says RemoteOK.io is a single PHP file called index.php, generating $65,000, right? $65,651 this month. No frameworks, no libraries. Okay, no frameworks, no libraries. People start flipping out. People start losing their mind. They're like, wait, no frameworks? No libraries? Is this even possible? Okay. Sometimes people, right, they come in and they be like, man, this is not possible, right? Because we keep getting taught that you need to know React. You need to know Laravel. You need to know Ruby on Rails. You need to know freaking Angular. You need to know what's the next one? Vue.js, the Teletubby framework, the Harry Potter framework, right? The Captain Planet. Let me get the latest Captain Planet version 2.0, right? Like, nah, bro. You can make it happen with anything. But for you to make it happen, you need to focus on projects. Focus on things that's going to be beneficial to you. Focus on things that's going to be beneficial for others. And you're solving other people's problems. Okay? This is the things that nobody talks about here on YouTube, right? Everybody talks about, hey, latest framework, Dino.js, latest version of GraphQL. Hey, guys, go check out Gatsby, right? Like, this is the shit that people get clicked on and like, oh, new thing just came out? Let me go click on it, right? But most of these videos that's out here, they're not giving you no value. They're not giving you no value at all, right? It's all clickbait. It's all about getting freaking paid from views, etc. But if you actually focus on the projects, if you actually focus on solving people's problems, you can have a very profitable career as a developer. Okay? Like, straight up, let's put this on the screen, man. Just in case you're not getting it, okay? This is what it's looking like, okay? He's not even showing what he's made already this month, okay? This was from August 21 to September 21, okay? $45,000, okay? Spent per customer, 973, okay? Successful payments, 95 payments. So with 95 payments, right, they're already kicking in at $45,000. Exactly what I was telling you guys even from before. I told you guys a while back about this. You don't need to have millions and millions and millions and millions of viewers, followers, etc. You could do it big at a micro level, okay? If you get to create a product that solves the problem for a specific niche group, okay? And this is what I've been telling you guys for a minute. Now, for those of you guys that don't know who Levels is, right, Peter Levels is, He's a guy that I believe, I can't remember if it was 2000, I can't remember the date, but it could be like 2013, 2014, around there. He decided to create 12 startups in 1 year. You just, when you say 12 starters, it's just really creating 12 projects in 1 year. And one of them is gonna hit, right? And that's how it is, right? You create as many projects as you can that are solving people's problems, and then you put it out there. Let you know, let them fly. Let them become little birds and let them fly. Okay. Now, the biggest one that he got was one called nomadlist.com. So you got nomadlist.com, right? And then from there, that nomadlist.com is really a website where, let's say you wanted to travel the world. Let's say you wanted to go to, I don't know, you wanted to go to Bali, and you want to know how much does it cost to live in Bali, and how much, how fast the internet is in Bali, right? He came in, put this up for you, put all of this for you. Simple guide, information. This is just data, nothing crazy. Okay, this is just data. And then from there, he connected and basically created like a social network of people that are traveling the world. Okay, and they could say, "Hey, I'm in Bali. Anybody want to meet up? Anybody want to meet up?" Or, "Hey, I'm in Thailand. Hey, anybody want to meet up? Hey, I'm in the Philippines. Does anybody have extra work?" Right? The majority of the people that you see here on this list is usually developers, freelancers, guys who do copywriting, that do marketing, right? People that work independently. Okay. So he was smart enough to say, "Oh, cool, I already have a community of people that I could create a service for, right? Let me go in and create remoteok.io, put it out there." And then now he charges the companies for posting inside of his job board. The same thing that Indeed.com does, okay? But this is more geared towards people who are remote, okay? You go to Indeed, you can find some remote work, but this is a guaranteed remote job, okay? So again, like, this is how you make it happen. Now, what's interesting about this is the fact that, remoteok.io is a single PHP file called index.php, generating 65,000 this month. No frameworks, no library, except jQuery. Okay? So there's no React, there's no Angular, there's no Vue.js. Everything that you see in there is just pretty much static file, right? And maybe some interactivity with jQuery. That's it. Okay. Again, live revenue. You can see the live revenue at remoteok.io/open. You can see that information right there. And this is, I'm planning on making all of my companies open startups, which means that you share your income. So when people come in and they could say, "How much money Joe making from Shopify apps?" You could go and literally see it and see, okay, this is how much that he's making in this month. Damn, how much he's making on codingphase.com? You're going to be able to see it. I'm going full transparent, right? Full open to put it out there to show you guys how this shit is done. Okay. Again, people keep asking for the stack. Official PHP 7 without no framework, JavaScript with jQuery without no framework, normal CSS. He's not even using Sass. He's not using any of the bells and whistles. Nginx on Ubuntu, one Lenovo VPS at $400 a month. Okay, a Stripe for payments, and he's using SQLite for database. That's it. Simple, a simple stack. Okay, don't make your life complicated. Just make it happen. Analytics, you can see it from here. 474,000 page views in the last month. Okay, so this is what you're seeing right here. Okay, then from there you can see, right, 101 million requests. Right, most of his requests are coming from the United States. Okay, You can see information. Bandwidth, 3.71 terabyte. Okay. Visitors, unique IPs, 921,000. Okay. Page views, 21 million. And that's just from August 23rd to September 22nd. We're not even talking about the whole year. Okay. Now, this is what's blowing people's minds. They're like, man, bro, even this guy's like, yo, bro, $400 per month? What the actual? This is way too expensive for some 500K page views. And it's like, bro, I got like 6-7 websites on that same server, on that same VPS. I got like 6-7 websites on that shit running. That's why I paid 400. So it was just funny to see that. Anyways, man, what I'm saying with this and why I'm showing you guys this is to let you guys know that you can actually make this happen, right? This isn't like out of this world. When I come here and I talk to you guys about Shopify apps, niche websites, creating applications for yourself, like this is not something that's out of left field. This is not something that is not achievable, right? This is not something that you can say this shit's not real. When you see like people show up on like, let's say like drop shipping, and you'll see like somebody says, I'm making $500,000 in revenue. What they don't tell you is that in reality, out of that 500,000, they're keeping probably like 90. That's it, right? And maybe even less than that. Okay? Revenue is not everything. When you have a business where you have to spend money to bring traffic, and when you have to pay money for advertisement, when you have to pay money to buying and selling the products, okay? That's drop shipping, right? So I'm giving you that example to show you guys like these numbers that I'm talking about is profit, okay? It's not a, hey man, damn, it's like I created this thing, right? This company, and then 50% of the products I got to make sure I buy it from China, and then I've got to bring it to the US, got to put it in a warehouse, send it to Amazon, this and that. Like that's not what you do when you're a developer. This is the beauty of it, and this is what some of you guys got to understand. You have a skill to create a product. When you create this product is created already. Now what you do is you sell it and you put it out there. You put it as a subscription. You lend it to people as a service, right? Now you're getting paid for something that you already created. And whenever you want to add some extra features, add some extra little bells and whistles, then you add it. But the product has already been created. There is no extra things that you got to pay for besides a server. And most of the time, a server doesn't cost you that much. So you could be making, just like your boy, Peter Levels, $65,000, and the only thing that you got to spend money on is $400. Let's bring out the calculator. I don't think people understand that. Sometimes we got to bring out the calculator, right? Sometimes we got to bring out the calculator, right? 65,000. I don't think people understand. 65,000. What is it? 65,651, right? Okay, this is the total number. All right, that's the total number right there. So we're gonna say, okay, $400, which is the price that you have to pay per month, right? That's your expenses, right? Let's say expenses is that just to keep your servers running, right? $400 times 100 divided by, right, 65,651, okay, equals to 0.60. That's the percentage of expenses that he has. 0.60. The product has already been created. It's already out there. He already put in the work. Once he put in the work, that's already generating income. He don't even run ads. He don't run no ads. And if he was to run ads, like on Facebook and Google, etc., his website, he'd probably be making $500,000 a month. I guarantee it. But he's like, yo, I don't want to deal with running ads and this and that. Like, he's not that type of guy. But you know me, if it would have been me, I'm running ads. Like, yo, bro, let's take this shit to the moon. Like, straight up. But that tells you he making 99.4% of earnings of just profit. Once he did the work, that's just profit. 0.60% of his whole income is expenses. You can't do that anywhere else. Any other type of industry, any type of other business that you might think of that you're going to create, like, you can't do that. You get what I'm saying? It's like myself. The businesses that I have, it's like niche websites, right? I'll break it down for niche websites. I pay about $200 in a dedicated server, right? Those niche websites make at a minimum now of $15,000 per month. At a minimum. I haven't worked on any of my niche websites in almost 2 years, 3 years and a half since I started Coding Phase. Okay? All right? That's it, right? We're talking about like $200 a month. Then everything else is just profit. Then we're talking about codingphase.com, which is just like what he did with nomadlist.com. He created a service that targeted a specific audience and solved their problems. That's what we did with codingphase.com, right? I don't know if you guys are understanding. Like, a lot of the moves that he made, I implemented into my own life, right? And that's what I've been telling you guys to do. When I tell you I give you a gem, implement it into your life, right? Put it into your own projects. It's going to work. Because if it worked for somebody else, it's going to work for you, okay? Like, straight up. Like, that's just how it is. This is not like, magic or something. This is like math. If it worked for somebody else, it's going to work for you. The exact same thing, okay? Same strategy, okay? Find somewhere where people are having an issue, having a problem, and solve their problem. God damn it. Got too hyped. Got too hyped. The mic fell off. And like, yo, hold on, Joe. You're going crazy with it. But at the end of the day, what I'm saying with this, right? Even like codingphase.com, my expenses on codingphase.com is really like $1,000. Then the rest is all profit. It's the same thing with anything that you could create. Like, when you are a developer and you create something, like, the margins of like expenses and profit is crazy. Now, you could sit around and think about, like, man, maybe I should do this. Maybe I should not do this. You know what I'm saying? Like, but don't waste no time, man. Become a developer, man. Learn how to code, bro. That's what we do at codingphase.com. If you still haven't noticed and you haven't checked out codingphase.com, you gotta go, bro. Like, you gotta go. Like, you gotta go get your skills up. Like, literally, this is where we do the shameless plug. Okay. By the way, if you ain't noticed that, okay. But it is what it is, right? You got codingphase.com. You're looking to learn how to code. Cool. You have all your courses here. Okay. Everything that you need. All right. Pricing is right there. Okay. Everything that you need. You start with the simple stuff, right? You want to get a job? Start with the simple stuff. HTML email developer. You want to become a front-end developer? You got the front-end developer right here. All of this you can become with just $20 and your time, okay? This is something that sometimes people forget. Your biggest investment is your time. Somebody that comes to codingphase.com, you'll see, like, man, what do I got to do to get into this game, Joe? It's like, nothing much. You spend $20, you get access to all the courses, and you invest your time into learning how to code and build your projects. You get a job. Once you get your job, at the same time, try to figure out which pathway you want to start making income from to become an independent developer. Because the way how I look at it, your first 3 years as a developer is for you to get your life together. Straight up. I'm just being 100% honest. The first 3 years of you learning how to code and becoming a developer is just for you to get your shit together. You can't get your shit together if you have debt You can't get your shit together if you got bad credit. You can't get your shit together if you don't know where you're going to live, if you don't have a car, if you don't know how to maintain yourself. You won't be able to do it. If you have a dysfunctional life and your lifestyle is crazy, you're not going to be able to do any of the things that I'm showing you right now. You're just not. Okay? So how are you going to be able to clean up your life? And this is how I use jobs, right? You go to a job. They're going to pay you to basically work for them, right? But at the same time, you're using that income to take care of everything else that you need to take care of in your life. And it's like they're paying you to continue to learn because you're going to continue to learn with them. And you soak up the information that they are giving you and the experience that they're giving you. And then now, on your second year, your third year, you walk away. You say, okay, I got my credit up. I got some savings. I got freaking everything already paid for. If I was freaking walking and taking a bus, now I got a car. Like, it's steps that you take to be able to become independent, right? At the same time, while you was working, you're building applications and building things that generate you income. It doesn't have to be $10,000, $20,000, $30,000. We're talking about how can you make $500 extra? How can you make $1,000 extra? How can you make $2,000 extra? By the end of the year, that adds up. By the end of 2 years, that doubles and triples. Okay? Because that's how it is. You work on something and you start building it and it starts going up. By the time you decide, you know what, thank you for hiring me here at this company, I'm ready to go. By that time, you already have a solid foundation of income that's already coming in. This is how you do it. This is not science. This is not freaking some special trick or anything. It's like literally coming in with a career path, coming in and having a goal and knowing how to get there. That's it. You can make it happen, kids. You know, I'm not the developer whisperer, right? I can't tell you all the answers, okay? But what I can tell you is the things that has actually worked. It has worked for me, has worked for everybody that I've seen that has followed Levels.io, right? Everybody that's followed that mentality of we're coming in for a goal of becoming independent developers. Every single person that comes in with that mentality becomes successful in their own way. There's guys that have companies that are making $2 million a year. They got huge companies. There's guys that right now are traveling the world, being digital nomads, you know, smashing shorties in every country, right? And that was their goal. That's what they wanted, right? From the beginning, they're like, hey, man, how can I make 80 grand? In freaking Sri Lanka, I'm a king in Sri Lanka with an 80K. How can I get 80K and move to Thailand, right? That's the goal for some individuals, right? An individual like myself, I want to take care of myself and I want to take care of my family. I became successful and I accomplished my goal. My initial goal was to travel the world, you know, and be out there in Thailand doing what I gotta do, you know what I mean? Doing my dirt, right? I was gonna do my dirt, but at the same time, I was like, that's not really me. I don't want to be out there with a backpack, you know what I mean? Living off, you know, from one villa to another villa. Like, I like to be stable, right? So at the end of the day, now what I do is I just take care of my family independently. You know, take care of myself, right? Buy whatever the hell I want. Buy a brand new car, I buy it. I buy a brand new house, I buy it. Buy my kids whatever toys they want, I could buy it independently. I don't work for nobody, okay? Now, we're working on this new Shopify agency that we have. And, you know, what we've been doing for the past 3 years was building up codingphase.com. I'm going into my next stage that's beyond codingphase.com. I'm always going to work with codingphase.com, and I'm always going to come back here and give you guys the good word, right? But at the end of the day, I'm ready to move on to my next stage. My next stage is agencies. You know what I mean? Like freaking creating tools for drop shipping stores, creating applications on Shopify, creating themes, right? I'm on my next stage. You know what I'm saying? That's just how it is, right? But you guys are in the beginning of your stages, man. You're the beginning of your phase, right? That's why I called it codingphase.com. This is the coding phase. You're in the coding phase. You're in the beginning stages. You don't know how to code. You need to go to codingphase.com. Learn how to code. Follow along. Okay? Once you're done with that, then you go into your other phases of, hey, you know what? I want to invest. Hey, I got income to put into the stock market. Hey, I got income to go and maybe put my own restaurant. Hey, I got income to now get into real estate. This is just the coding phase. This is just the first stage that you got to go through. A lot of guys have been through it. A lot of guys have made it happen. Okay. So, anyways, man, we already talked about this topic. 65,000. Shout out to my boy, right? For those of you guys that, there's a lot of skepticals and this and that. You don't gotta believe me. Go do your research. Go do your own research. You don't have to believe everything I tell you, right? You can say, damn, Joe's always hyping. He's just hyping his shit up. You can think whatever you want. You could go ahead and do your own research. This is real people. This is not a bot. You know what I mean? Like, this is not a bot. When people be like, damn, this guy, he just has dogs around him. He must be a bot. It's like, nah, bro, this is real websites, real applications that he has made, okay? And every single one of them is bringing in some type of income. So imagine if RemoteK.io is making 65,000 a month. How much NomadList.com makes? How much HoodMaps.com makes? How much MakeBook.io, IdeasAI.net, RemoteOK/hire? You know what I'm saying? Like, this is where you gotta, do your own research, right? And know what exactly you want out of this. So anyways, man, Theo Creator says, can I ask a question? Yeah, man, let's talk. Now this is the moment where we just talk to the community. What you guys is up to, man? Let's see. Eric Williams, developer, says, my contract got fixed, Joe. Thanks. That's what's up, man. I'm glad. Let me see. Donovan's like, yep, on my lunch break. Yeah, man. Shout out to Ken of 5, man. DL Jones been following Levels.io for a while. Yep. Let me see. Rocky Rollo, Indian devs making $6 per day. That's the Indian devs that don't know what they're doing. Like, straight up. I know a lot of Indian dudes are making a lot of money. But this is the thing, right? Just like anything in life, I'm going to always break it down for you guys, okay? And this is something that people love, this line, right? This is everybody's favorite line. Y'all know what I'm about to say, okay? Let me see. Who here knows what I'm about to say right now, right? Let me see. I'm going to give you guys a second. See what line you think I'm going to hit you with right now. The difference of two individuals, right? Why one dude will make $6 per day while another dude will make $200, $300 a day in India. Okay? You got to look that up, right? But I'm going to give you guys a little second. See if anybody here on the chat room, right, goes in and figure this out. What line do you think I'm going to tell you right now? Why does this happen? Okay? Everybody's stuck. Nobody got it. Nobody's like, yo, nobody got the line. Want me to say it? Y'all want me to say it? Okay, cool. Let me break it down then. Because I guess nobody's been. Okay. There you go. There you go. Exactly. Jason Rivera says it. There's the hammer and there's the nail. Okay? Who's the hammer? The guy that's hiring that developer for $6 a day. Most likely is another Indian developer who is the hammer, right? So the hammer is hiring the nail and says, hey, nail, you don't want to become a hammer. You don't want to go beyond this point where you're at, right? And you haven't really spent the time or invested into yourself to go and get out of this stage of your life. You're always going to be a nail if you always stay there. So the hammer takes advantage of that and says, you know what? This guy can code. This guy can do a couple of little things for me. The hammer is a hustler. The hammer is on Fiverr. The hammer is on freaking Odesk. The hammer is on every platform that you could think of, promoting his agency and his services. He got six, seven nails in a freaking sweatshop in India, while he has an office in his house, right? He drives a Mercedes Benz, and poor little Pawan and Pardeep are showing up to the sweatshop working all day, right? While Master Punjabi is chilling at home, just picking up phone calls. Hi, how you doing? This is Master Punjabi. Shout out to me, right? I'm just here. Hey, you need some services? Cool. I got you. We could do that in 3 days. Right? He's like, yeah, we could do that in 3 days, right? So at the end of the day, this guy is like, yo, we're going to make it happen. I'm going to hire a couple of guys that I know how to code, and we're going to hire them. We're going to charge this person $300 for this project. We're going to charge him $1,000, whatever it might be. And I'm going to pay a couple of my nails $6 a day, $20 a day, whatever it might be, to keep the cost low so I could get the maximum out of this. That's what happens. And that happens everywhere. This is not just in India. That happens all over the world. Okay? Same thing that happens when you go work at a company. I'll give you an example, right? Some of you guys might decide to learn Shopify, right? One thing that you will notice is that you'll go to a company and you might be working in an e-commerce company and you might be working on internal tools, things that is stuff that you figured out because you are a developer, right? And you're like, man, wouldn't it be great if we optimized this? Or wouldn't it be great if we created an application for the customer service to be able to get all of the products and be able to talk to the people in the back, in the warehouses, etc., right? So you come up with this idea to solve the problem for that business. But now, because you solved the problem for that business that you're working there, they double and triple in profits. They're able to sell more products. They're able to make more money. Now, what happens? What you're gonna get? You're gonna get paid that same salary, that same $80,000 that they promised you. You just solved their problem, right? But why does that happen? Why there's no bonus? Why there's no extra income for you? Why there's no appreciation day? There's no, hey man, let's put a picture of little Juan on the wall and say, man, Juan, employee of the month. He just saved us some money. Why does that not happen? Very simple. You're a nail for that company. You're just a piece of steel to hammer down and to get the job done. The hammer is the one that gets paid. Now, this is why I tell people, go work for companies so you could get your shit together. This is why you got to work for people for you to get yourself and everything that is around you, from your credit, for your income, to having savings, to be able to have a car, to be able to have your own apartment, etc. You work for other people so you could get to that point. Once you have that and you have some savings, you got to risk. You got to take that risk. You got to say, you know what? I'm leaving. I'm taking a risk. At the worst scenario, you fail. But you know what? You're always going to have a job that you could always go to. But if you win and you become successful in that risk that you took, you're free. You get what I'm saying? You're free. You're no longer the nail. Now you become the hammer. Now you're the guy hiring a couple of nails. And there's nothing wrong being a nail, and there's nothing wrong being a hammer. But you have to understand what position you're in life. You have to know where you at in life. And you can't be mad at it. It's a process. That's why I say, you know what? There's different phases in life, right? There's a guy that I follow a lot called Ben Malad. Ben Malad went to the army. I believe it was the Marines, came back broke. He was the He was literally like the super. You know what a super is inside of a building, inside of a complex? He's the guy that when somebody's toilet gets clogged, you call up and say, main office, my toilet is clogged. Come, send me somebody to come fix this shit. They send Ben Mullah. Ben Mullah goes in there, probably smoking a cigarette, clap, 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 unclogs that. Now Ben Mullah, where he's at, you can look it up. You can go to YouTube, search life for sale. Okay, I'm gonna give you guys a little something. Right? Show you guys, if you guys don't know who Ben Mullah is. Okay? Give you guys a little something, a little thing, because this is why I follow only guys that come from the bottom. I don't want to hear about no Gary Vee. I don't want to hear about nobody that's a papi and mommy kid. I can't relate to you. I can't follow your advice when your advice is like, hey, this is how you get to Princeton, and then from here, this is how you get to meet a friend in college, and then from there, you get to start up your own business. I can't follow you because you're not giving me something that I can achieve. I'm not going to no Princeton. I'm not going to no Harvard. I'm not going to no freaking Stanford, right? We're not making it there. Why? We 30-something years old. I need something that I can really see and touch, and I can see, hey, this advice I could apply into my life. That's why what I do here at codingphase.com is really so valuable, not because this is something completely different than what everybody else is doing, but because I'm giving you the answers to how to get your shit together the proper way, legal way, and something that you can actually do. You know, so people could sell you a dream and tell you, oh, this is how you do it. That they're selling you dreams, bro. But I give you like this, right? The same guy that was freaking living, you know, in a bullshit complex, now it's the same guy buying a $16 million mega mansion, the biggest mansion in Clearwater, right? So this is where I live. I live in the Tampa Bay area, right? Clearwater, St. Pete's, right? He has the biggest home in this whole area. And this is just a regular dude, bro. You know what I mean? Somebody will come in and be like, this is the guy. This guy, look how he's dressed, bro. This is just the average person, right? But the difference is this guy has the mentality of, I'm going to be a hammer. I'm not trying to be a nail for the rest of my life. This is a process that I got to go through to get to become a hammer. And you do that by taking risks and investing in yourself. You don't get there by just being like, well, I'm going to do it. You don't wake up like that. You get what I'm saying? Shout out to my boy, Bree Power. You get what I'm saying? So shout out to Ben Mullah. This is somebody that I look up to. So, you get what I'm saying? I don't know if you guys understand. There's a pattern. I only look up to people that I can achieve to become that, right? What do I need to be? I'm like, yo, I want to look up to Bill Gates. It's almost impossible for me to get to that point, right? It's a different story, different background. This thing is acting up. My charger been acting up lately. Let me see what's going on. So now this computer about to die. But yeah, man. With that, I'll tell you everything, man. You know, you got to make it happen for yourself, man. His house looks like that of a kingpin. Yeah, bro. And he's just an average dude. You could go check him out. Ben Mullah, just like that. BEN space MALLAH. You'll be like, damn, that dude, you know, like I look at him and he reminds me of me. You know? I don't know what the hell's going on with this charger, man. I'm going to be pissed. Sometimes this Apple chargers be messing up for some reason. Let me see if I could get a charger, guys. Technical difficulty. Stay with me, okay? Give me a second, all right? But like I'm saying is, let me see if I find my other chargers, man. I got so many Apple chargers here. I don't know which one is the one that's gonna work. Let me see if this one works. Let me see. Okay, there we go. We back. We are back, kids. This charger worked. Okay, there we go. Okay, man. Yeah, man. Yeah, because Apple wants to keep buying new chargers. They're not a $1 trillion company for no reason. Yep. They make that shit flimsy. They make them chargers flimsy, bro, for a reason. Yeah, Amit Patel is like, yo, dude, even freaking doctors can get those kind of houses. And it's true. But that's what it separates the, this is why I tell you guys, this is what separates the, like literally the guys that make shit happen and the guys that don't, right? Like there's people that just stop at, like, let's say for example, you'd be like, damn man, I got $1 million house, and they stop right there. That's it. They're comfortable, right? There's dudes that don't stop there. They want to see what's out there. They want to see what's possible, And I feel like I'm one of those dudes. You know what I mean? Like I feel like I'm one of those dudes. Like I don't know where I'm gonna be at. I feel like I started late. I started at 24 years old, right? I had no knowledge. I wish I had all of the things that you guys have now. Most of the things that I accomplished now, I would have done it at 27, 28, right? I'm 32 now. But that means that I got till 40. By 40, I need to get like real big out here. And that's why I work so hard. People tell me all the time, like I got family members like, why don't you chill? I can't chill. I can't. This shit that I want to get to. This lifestyle is like it's like a video game. The more skills that I pick up, right? It's like the bigger strength that I get, the stronger that I get, right? The more money that I get, the higher level that I get, right? And I just continue to grow. And that's how it is. It's like, why would I stay? It's like playing Pokemon. And you're like, okay, cool, I got a Pokemon level 25, and I'm able to get all the badges. You're like, yo, I'm able to get all the badges and I beat the game. That's it. I'm happy at level 25. It's like, nah, I want to get this Pokemon to level 100. I want to see what's out there. I want to see how difficult it could get later on. I want to get challenged. You get what I'm saying? Shout out to Ogie Oteef. Just tuned back in. I'm brand new to Shopify development. Where exactly should I start? So if you go to codingphase.com, right? Let's see if we can pull this up for you, bro. You could start at any stage. If you already know how to code, it's even better because you could just hit the ground running. If you don't know how to code, you got to start somewhere, okay? But let's say, for example, if you want to do front-end work, okay? If you want to do front-end work and you're not like a back-end guy, you don't really have that much knowledge in back-end, or you have no interest in becoming a back-end guy, then my advice is start with Shopify theme development, okay? You learn, right? This is the whole process. Learn how to use a text editor, HTML, CSS, terminal for developers, advanced CSS, Flexbox and Grid, SaaS like a pro, Git like a pro, future-proof JavaScript, Node and NPM basics, right? Web developer, personal brand. This is just for you to be able to start creating your own personal brand, how to put yourself out there because you're going to need to get a job, okay? debugging like a pro, okay? How to debug a problem and find a solution using the tools that's out there, okay? You got the Google Chrome developer tools, you got the console log, you got a whole bunch of different things that you can use, you know? Object-oriented programming with JavaScript, okay? This is just to get you out of basics with, you know, HTML, CSS, and JavaScript, okay? We're not putting in no React, you don't need to know any of that. You do need to know jQuery because a lot of the themes that are built on Shopify are built with jQuery. So if you're working for a company and you're doing theme development, most likely you're gonna be doing jQuery. You're not doing React. You're not doing Angular. Okay. But yeah, then from there, my first Shopify store, how to use Shopify, so you can learn the platform. Okay. From there, you're gonna have to learn Shopify theme development, learn Liquid, learn how to convert a HTML CSS file, right? So first of all, turn a design into HTML CSS, and then from HTML CSS, turn it into a Liquid file and be able to work with the tools that is provided to you by Shopify. Google Analytics, right? This is super valuable for people that don't know. If you're working for a company, right, they're gonna want you to know how to use Google Analytics, okay? This is how you are able to find out what type of data you're bringing in, you know, like how many sales you're getting, how many, you know, where people are coming from, you know, things like how long it took somebody to come in and buy a product, like all that information is given to you in Google Analytics. Then from there, you got Facebook and Google Ads marketing, okay? And the reason why I have that in there, because at the end of the day, if you decide to start selling your own themes, you're gonna need to know how to create Facebook ads and Google ads to maximize on your sales, okay? So all of that I teach you in there. Plus, at the same time, it's a really good skill to have, and you can put in your resume. So when you go to a company, they know that you understand the ecosystem of e-commerce. So you're not just a developer. Like, this is why I've been trying to tell you guys. When you come to Coding Phase, I'm trying to prepare you for the job. I'm not trying to prepare you to be the most technical guy out here, because I'm not preparing you for writing applications or writing libraries and frameworks. That's another guy's job, right? Your opportunity is to get a job and get into a company and be able to be productive and be able to, you know, solve the problems that they have, okay? Sometimes I feel like a lot of people go so deep into programming that they forget to learn the things that is valuable for a company. That's just how it is, right? Then from there, you have design software for developers. You need to know how to use website design, freaking software like Photoshop, Sketch, Figma. So we teach you that in here on design software for developers. So it's like you prepare, okay? So there's no excuse on why they wouldn't give you the job, or if you want to create your own designs on your own things, okay? Now, again, you don't believe me, there's jobs, there's opportunity. This is why this is here, right? You see here, this is showing you the real jobs. You clicking here, automatically it brings you up to the latest jobs that's out there that's looking for Shopify development, okay, etc. All right, so I'm gonna leave you guys with that. All right, same thing for this one. Now, if you're a backend type of dude, right, and you want to get into Shopify app development, you got to know the same things, right? HTML, CSS, learn how to use a terminal, learn how to use Git, learn JavaScript, right? Understand how to debug, jQuery. Now, here you want to go a little bit more deeper. You got to know, ESNext, Node NPM Basics, Express.js, Core.js. So all of this is backend frameworks for Node.js. Okay, because you could do pretty much like Shopify app development with any different type of language on the back end, okay? The most popular ones that you're gonna find is Node.js and PHP, right? Now, some companies that have been around for a long time, they might be using Ruby and Rails, but from what I've been seeing on all the latest jobs, it's really more like PHP. PHP is number one and Node.js is number two, okay? So I gave you both sides. I show you how to create well, how to get the skills with Node and work with Express, just in case they want you to work with Express. I show you how to do it with Koa, just in case they want you to do it with Koa. I gave you the PHP 7 and Laravel course, just in case they want you to build it with PHP, right? Then from there, you're my first Shopify store. You got that, okay? Shopify app development with Node.js, okay? So here you build your first Shopify application, and we build it with Node.js to give you that exposure of Node.js and creating an application with Node.js, okay? Now, in this course, I always tell people, even though if you're gonna start doing it with PHP, you should learn this course because I teach you about a lot of things that's under the hood of how Shopify works. So my advice is take this course and then take this course, okay? So from there, you got advanced Shopify app development with PHP Laravel. So imagine this. We take the long way of creating an application and we do it with Node.js, okay? That's the initial way, okay? Then we go and create it with Laravel, which cuts down 75% of the length of how long it takes to create an application, because Laravel already has so many cool and like really good features that allow you to build everything right away. You got creating controls, creating models, you got migrations, you got already things where you don't even have to set up Gulp or Webpack. All of that's already integrated into the framework. So you could just hit the ground running. Okay, you just focus on the project, focus on the application, and then that's it. Okay, then from there, I'm teaching you how to use Vapor, which is a serverless deployment, and it helps you to auto scale. So let's say you have an application, and let's say this application, you don't want to deal with setting up AWS, working on the servers, keep maintaining your servers, etc. You use something like Vapor to allow you to just be hands off, like off the freaking servers. It's just let me focus on the code, and you handle the servers and just auto scaling everything. So I'll teach you how to do that, and then from there you also get the Google Analytics and the Facebook and Google Ads, because those skills is things that you're gonna need regardless. Doesn't matter if you do front end or back end. It doesn't really matter. All right. So there you go, man. Let's see. 84 music. How's preparing you for the job after this job? How's preparing you for the job? I'm confused with that question. 84 music. What is this? A riddle? Break it down for me so I can understand more context. I don't understand what you're talking about. Let me see. Then you started late in your 20s. I started ancient in my 30s. Nah, I just feel like, like I could have been, if I would have had all the resources and all the things that people have now, like I would have been on a long time ago, bro. Like there was, it's like all the shit that I know, it's like I had to go the extra mile to find and things like that. Like nobody had a clear pathway of everything that you needed to learn. Like right now, like if somebody wanted to say, hey, I want to become a front-end developer, you have a website like codingphase.com. You click on the timeline, you're like, oh, cool. What career path do I want to take? I want to become a front-end developer? Cool. Here's all the courses and all the skills that I need to pick up to become a front-end developer. Okay? Now, when I started, this didn't exist. Nobody had this. Okay? It was just like, you got to go to a blog and a guy will tell you, well, we use this at my company. And then another person will tell you, oh, we use this at my company. But nobody had a clear pathway of like what you needed to get that job. So, a lot of those little things, I feel like if I would have had that from the beginning, it wouldn't have taken me a whole year to get a job. I would have gotten a job in like 2-3 months if I would have had known that you don't got to learn everything. Because this is the thing, like for me, like I used to be just like you guys. When I used to apply to companies, they used to have like 30 different skills. You needed YUI, you needed Backbone, you needed jQuery, you needed Angular, right? Then from there, you will see they're looking for PHP, WordPress. They're also looking for, Java or .NET experience or this and that. So in my head, I'm reading all of this this job listings. And I'm like, man, this shit is gonna be hard. I gotta learn all of this. And that's what I try to do. I try to learn everything. So by the time I did my first year just at home learning, I learned so much shit that I didn't even need to know. Like I learned YUI. Like nobody uses that framework. Why did I even need to use that? Right? Backbone. I learned Backbone. Backbone was like at the end of its life cycle. Like Angular was coming in. Like I didn't need to learn YUI or Backbone. Or even like .NET. If I would have known, somebody would have told me, hey man, those .NET jobs, they're not built for you, bro. That's not the type of environment that you want to get in. Then I wouldn't have wasted time trying to learn ASP.NET. You get what I'm saying? Like if I would have had somebody like myself here on YouTube that would have saved me that time, I wouldn't have wasted a whole year of my life just learning all of this shit that I didn't need. You know? So that's what I mean that I feel like I was late. And it's the same thing as like, how to make income online. Like if I would have known all the shit that I know now and from like the resources and the people that's out there, and I would have had somebody like myself, I could have probably been doing, different things earlier in my career. And if somebody would have told me from the beginning, like, hey man, niche sites are good. They're good. They're a great way to get a steady income, but there's a ceiling to it. If somebody would have told me that from the beginning, then especially depending on the niche that you're in, right? Then what I would have done was I would have focused more on software as a service instead of doing niches, like niche websites. Because niche websites teach you something, which is how to find a niche, how to find an opportunity, and then solving people's problems through there. But making money with advertisement and affiliate marketing, you need to get, hundreds of thousands of views per month for you to make a solid income. Now, if you can go and create, software or a Shopify application, or create some type of tool that solves people's problems, you could sell it at a higher price. You can say, hey man, this thing cost me $10, $50, $20, whatever it might be, right? And then you're selling that as a product or as a service to somebody. And then you don't need that many people. Like I have websites that I was bringing in like 500,000 people to be able to make $6,000. Now, if I bring into, let's say Shopify, right, 500,000 people to an application, right, or I let at least 500,000 people know, right, and we say, okay, half a million, how much is that? That's 500,000, 500,000, right? 500,000 views per month. Okay, cool. We come in and we say, all right, the average percentage of like literally, of sales or conversion rate, we can say is 0.03. That's 15,000. That's 15,000 people, right? Now, let's say out of those 15,000 people, you get half of them. How much is that? Times 0.5, 7,500. That's 7,500 people that you get, right? You go in and you say, cool, 7,500 people at $10, that's $75,000. You can't make that type of money with each website. And that's recurring payments, which means somebody signs up, they like the service, they keep it. So they could stay there for 2, 3, 4, 5 months, a year, 10, and because this is a service for a business, they'll stay there for a year, 2 years, 3 years, 10 years, if you're solving their problem. And that's the shit that I didn't know before. And if I would have known that before, bro, I would have been just hopping on to just creating, the freaking software as a service. And at the same time, if I would have known that, I probably wouldn't have created codingphase.com, to be honest with you. Like codingphase.com is really very time consuming. Okay. So for me to have all these courses and all these things is great because I get to help out people, but it's bad on a personal level because I put my life on hold for 3 years to create all of these courses and create all those things to teach people, when in reality, my life was already going up. I didn't need to create courses at all. You get what I'm saying? So it's like, you kind of stopped what you was doing in your personal growth for your businesses to create something else that's helping other people, but you don't get a really big return. Like I don't make a big return from coding phase for the amount of hours that I put in. Like if I go and sit down and put in the amount of hours that I put in into Shopify app development for 3 years, like we're talking about M's, the amount of hours that I put in on coding phase, like literally. And we haven't made no M's from coding phase. Okay. So at the end of the day, if I would have known all this shit ahead of time, I would have probably been like, yo, you know what? This might not be the shit that I want to do for invest so much time on. But I don't regret it because I love the fact that I help people out. And, in long term, is like long term, I feel like regardless, even if we don't get like a big return compared to creating applications, I feel like my big return is really when I see people that hit me up. I was talking about this on my ASAP developers group yesterday, that for some reason, you know how some people, they say social media, it gives you like a dopamine, right, effect, and be like, oh, you want to check every single moment, or if you got like a like, or you got a heart or a comment on one of your pictures on Instagram or something like that. Every time that you see that, you get a dopamine effect, right? For me, my dopamine effect is when I check my email. I check my email constantly to go see in there and go check what's going on, because I get so excited when I hear, hey, Joe, I just got a job. Hey, Joe, I just got my first car. Hey, Joe, I just finally got to move out my mom's crib, right? All of those things that I wanted to do at a certain age, or I wanted to do when I was young, right? And me seeing other people being able to achieve it now, it gets me excited and gets me hyped and happy. So it's like, yeah, maybe we don't make that much money from this shit, but at the end of the day, this is what makes me happy. So, but at the end of the day, that's how it is. Let me see. Da-da-da. Joe was training for a marathon, and when he showed up, they just had him serving water to the senior. Yep. Yep, exactly. That's exactly what happened, bro. Adrian Thomas says, doing your six-figure developer passive income path now, Shopify full dev is next. Nice. Yeah, I think, look, the six-figure bundle is great because it really teaches you everything on how to make money online, as far as like a website, an idea, an application, blog, right? All of the different ways that you can make income, right? So regardless of anything, if you even, like, some people say, oh, I don't want to write a blog. I'm like, stupid. I'm not teaching you how to write a blog. Like, you know who teaches you how to write a blog? What's the guy's name? Income School. I think that's their name, Income School or something like that. They teach you how to write a blog. I'm not teaching you how to write a blog. I'm teaching you how to make money from any type of website that you can create, and how to find a niche community that you can serve that website to. That's what I'm teaching you. I'm not teaching you if you want to write a blog. Like, if you want to write a blog, you could write a blog and follow the same structure that I already gave you, right? But I don't write blogs. You know what I'm saying? Like, my niche websites are like, simple, like CSS generators. Like, you know what I mean? Like, you have a CSS generator. Like, when somebody comes into and searches CSS borders, let's say somebody goes on Google and says CSS border generator. Okay? Show you guys a little something, right? When somebody comes in, searches for this, they click on cssmatic.com. You see this website, right? This right here is a CSS generator, okay? This website right here can pick up a whole bunch of traffic per month. And all you're doing is creating a small tool like this, and then this gets to generate the freaking, the HTML, whatever, and the CSS, and then somebody could just copy and paste this into their code. If you're running advertisement on this, you'll get paid. That's it. That's like what most of my websites are. Things like that. I have another website where, what I did was freaking, I connected to Amazon, and not even connected because Amazon doesn't really have like an API like that. But what you do is you basically use a web scraping tool to go to Amazon and look at all the latest products that just came out. Okay, and you could look at it by the product title. So when they just drop it, a new item just get added. Then from there you got the title of that new product. Then from there you go to you have a script where you go in and you send it to a website like cnet.net, cnet.com, or you go to websites like Artings, which is like ratings.com, right? And then they give it a value. They say, okay, this tablet is a 8 out of 10, or this tablet is a 6 out of 10. And then another website tells you this tablet is a 9 out of 10, or this tablet is a out of F, right? So they'll give it an A rating. And then my script, what it does, it just calculates all these different websites and then gives it a rating again. So it's like I'm looking at everybody's ratings. I don't know about tablets. I'm not looking at tablets. But now with that script, I'm able to create a website that gives it a rating. You get what I'm saying? And then I'm able to take the description of the product from the product itself or from the website, or like let's say a listing on Amazon. So on Amazon, it gives you the whole listing of what the item is. You could take that same information and put it on my website, right? And it's all just a simple script. It's nothing crazy. I did it with PHP. You know what I'm saying? But that website alone brings in like $4,000, and I don't have to do shit, right? So that's what I teach you in the 6-figure bundle. You know, it's like how to come up with an idea, how to find a niche, how to find the solution for it, and then building it, right? And then from there, once you do that, then you get paid. It's that simple, right? So it's like I'm not talking about how to build, fucking blogs and shit like that. Like that's not what I'm into. Like I'm not trying to get people into writing blogs. Like writing blogs is good when you want to get approved by Google's AdSense. Once you're approved, you're good to go. Will you please upload the stream to the channel to review later? This is going mine. I fuck with you if Mr. Levels is that dope. I fuck with him too because you vouch for him. Yeah, nah, he's legit, man. Yeah, man. Yeah. I'm just reading through here, man. But like I said, guys, by the way, if you go through the description, you can go and get a link to codingphase.com. Currently, right now, you could go in there and like literally, like start off with something, man. Start off with the monthly subscription. A lot of people always get scared. They see a career bundle that's like $300, and they're like, "Damn, man, $300! I gotta get started." That's to own it. Like you don't need to own it. Rent it for the month for $20 basically, right? You don't need to own all the courses, right? Because at the end of the day, once you're finished. But start with something. Start with the monthly subscription, guys. I did all this work 3 years and almost and a half of work for you guys so you could take advantage, right? I don't do this shit just to do it, like I didn't, most people that know here, I was gonna be doing this type of, videos, tutorial courses, etc. I was gonna do it on YouTube regardless. But the problem is that because fucking YouTube doesn't fucking promote my channel and doesn't put it out there, then what I decided to do was like, I'm just gonna put it on codingphase.com. All the courses, all the videos, all the freaking tutorials. I'm just gonna put everything up there. Because at the end of the day, if I don't get no exposure on YouTube, then it's like I'm gonna be wasting my time. So it's like I'd rather have it on my website where I could get people in there, and then by you guys signing up and supporting what I do, I continue to create all these courses and all these things that really bring value to people. I wish I had the luck of like a lot of people that come in here and like they blow up from one day to another and like, hey man, I got 500,000 subscribers. That would be great because then I would just make codingphase.com $1. Like I don't, people think like I'm trying to make like $1 million off this shit. It's like, nah, bro. I'm constantly doing sales. I'm trying to bring the price down constantly. I'm trying to get people in there because I want to teach it. I want people to come in and take advantage of this knowledge that I have and really apply it into their lives, right? There's no point of me creating all these courses. It's like right now I'm doing the Shopify app development course, and in reality it's really because there's a really big opportunity here for you guys, but there's no point of me creating it for it to catch dust. You get what I'm saying? Like that's why I'm here telling you about this shit, because I'm like, bro, there's no point in me creating this thing if nobody's gonna understand why this thing is important, right? So that's why you might see me, I've been talking about Shopify for a while. I'm like, bro, it's for a reason. This shit is fucking, it's gonna change your life, right? You're gonna be able to make extra income on your own. Like getting a job, we could all get a job. That's why I have all the courses that can get you into a job right away. They're on a regular monthly subscription. I don't know if you guys noticed that. Like, if you just want to get a job and you don't care about making no money on your own, you could get all of that for $10. Like, literally, you could go to codingphase.com and put in coupon code, and you could get that shit for $10 a month. All the courses. But the shit that's gonna make you money, bro, like, take advantage of it. But anyways, man. It took the free music site course. I appreciate the work. Yeah, Mendes Lahada says the cursing, bro. Nah, it's not the cursing, bro. It's not even that, because I wasn't even cursing for like a whole year and a half. That shit has nothing to do with it. They just like, nah, we're not promoting this channel for whatever reason it could be. You know what I mean? But who cares? I don't give a fuck. It's like, for me, to be honest, it's like, yo, like numbers, I don't care about numbers. The only reason why I would like to have like a 500,000, 1 million subscribers is to literally use the money that comes in from YouTube to put it back into the community. Like straight up, nobody does this. Like you see, like this month, I gotta give $1,000 to people for the Shopify theme developer bundle, where they did the challenge and created a theme, right? I gotta go in and buy a brand new laptop, brand new MacBook Pro to somebody that's gonna win in October for the Coding Phase 365 Coding Phase Challenge. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm constantly trying to give back. So for me, it's hard for me to give back from my hard work. Like, what do I mean by that? Like, if I come in and I work for 10 hours a day, for 2 months to build an application or to do something like that, in my mind, that income, I can't give it out. I got to give that shit to my kids. Now, if I was a big time YouTuber, this is YouTube. This shit doesn't fucking take no work to do. You get what I'm saying? Like, my goal will be, how can we make Coding Phase accessible to everybody? Put it at $1, right? That would be my dream. Like, put it at $1. Everybody gets access to codingphase.com, $1. And then from there, we have the income that's coming in from the YouTube ads and things like that. And then do challenges every single week. Instead of once a month or once every 3 months, do it once a week, where we give back to, like, let's say the community $1,000 a pop. If I got $30,000, $40,000, $50,000 that's coming in from YouTube, right? YouTube ads that people are watching me, they're not even getting no fucking, most of these people don't even get anything out of this YouTube viewers or like the YouTube channels and shit like that, right? Like, you're not learning shit, because I've watched other people's channel. I'm like, yo, they don't say shit other than things that's gonna be clickbait for you to watch it, right? Nothing that you could really apply to your own fucking life. So I'm like, if I had that opportunity, I would probably be doing some shit like what Mr. Beast does, which is, as the money comes in, I put it right back into the community. But instead of doing stupid shit like how Mr. Beast does, he's like, hey, how can we take $100,000 and buy 6-7 cars and give it out to my friends? That's just stupid. You're not helping nobody. How about you go in and you say, you know what, that $100,000, let's go in and take 200 people, give them $500 a pop. You get what I'm saying? Like, that's the type of mentality that I have when it comes to YouTube. But the YouTube gods don't want us to get up there like that, because if we get up there, people's gonna really see like, yo, what I do out here. You know, I wish I had that type of income where I could just go in and be like, hey guys, every month $1,000, $2,000. You know, I'm thinking about even this year coming up, 2021. I might just donate my whole YouTube earnings, like straight up. Like I only make $900 a month from YouTube, so I'm like, yo, what if we take every month whatever we earn from YouTube and we give it back to the people in the community, right? So that's the type of shit that I'm on, because it's like I always believe that I could become a millionaire on my own with my own applications, my own services, the shit that I already make. Like I don't need to go come in here and be like, yo, let's milk people, let's do this and that. I could do that shit on my fucking own, you know. But yeah, man, if it was up to me, I would just fucking come back in here and do crazy shit. You know, like I see guys that I know they're making a lot of money, and I'm thinking in my head, I'm like, damn, y'all cheap motherfuckers. Y'all can't spend $1,000 and buy one person a laptop. There's like one dude, I'm not saying his name, but dude has like 600, 700,000 subscribers, and I'm like, bro, your whole audience is all Indians. You telling me you can't go and take $2,000 out of your pocket and buy 3-4 laptops for your community, or you know, like go in and buy shit for people, like give back. People like that shit. I like it. I like to see when people come back that I support it and support me back too. You know, but that's the difference. That's the difference of when somebody comes in here like myself, or when other people get in there and they get position of power. They don't share that shit. They don't put it out there. They don't give it to the people. And it's stupid, you know? I don't know about that, but we could say something like that. And it's not even just, it's something. It's something. We all know it's something. Because it's not just the algorithm. It's something with the community itself too. You get what I'm saying? It's like we can't pinpoint it. We can't say, we can't do a 6ix9ine and say, that's it. You know what I mean? There's something, okay? There's something going on that, you know, literally every single black developer doesn't get past a certain amount of views. Or, hey, nobody clicks on their videos. Or, hey, you see a black dude or a Latino guy, right? People don't click on their fucking videos. There's something. We can't pinpoint that. I don't know what's different between us and everybody else who does it. I don't know. You tell me what it is. We don't gotta say it. Everybody knows. Man, pistol, I don't get notifications of you anymore. Yep, that's how it is. Make Tarmac says, Joe's awesome. I wish I found this channel years ago. Yeah, man. I wish I found this channel years ago too. Like, and fail. Just started to learn Python. Which courses on coding phase should I enroll? Just start with the monthly subscription, man. If you want to learn Python, you want to learn how to build websites, start with the monthly subscription, $20. You go in there and literally follow the front end, and then from there follow the back end courses, and you can decide if you want to do it all your projects with Python, or you want to go in and use other things like PHP, Laravel, or Node.js. Like, it's up to you. I'm glad to be here. Yep. I remember Coding Face introduced me to levels I had 2-3 years ago in a video. Yeah, man. Shout out to Sumaya. By the way, don't call Indians cheap. We tend to take that as a compliment. Look, I don't know if I call anybody cheap. I don't think that there's anything wrong. I don't think I call anybody cheap. I'm like, you see this Indian guy, he's cheap. Like I've never called nobody cheap. Oh man. So I don't know what you're talking about, bro. Let me see. Yo, what's your routine to be so productive? I just go for it. I just continue doing things, you know, no matter what. You know, like either you're gonna have success or you're gonna fail. what happens is that the more things that you do, the more chances that you have to succeed. Sounds a bit crazy, right? But it's the same strategy that I use with everything. You know, I have like 12 niche websites that were successful. I probably built about 60 of them in total. So by me building 60 of them, allow me to have 12 that were successful. So let's say 1/6 of everything that I do became successful, and that's fine. Those are really good numbers. But there's people that go in and they'll do 100 things, and out of 100 things, they might have one that really succeeds, right? So it's the same thing with my Shopify app strategy that I'm doing right now. I'm trying to knock out 3 applications per month. Okay, I already got 2 this month. I'm trying to do another one, the third one this month, and I'm going to be consistent for doing 3 to 4 applications per month. Okay, and then from there, a year from now, we're going to come back and we're going to see the income reports that I'm going to show you guys. Because it's a numbers game. If you go in and you say, I'm going to create one application and it's going to take me a whole year, what if that shit fails? Now you wasted a whole year. Now, if you go and build, 12 of them per year, at least once per month, right? You have more chances. At the end of the year, you'll have 2 or 3 that were successful. Okay. Now, by me trying to do 3 to 4 per month, then that's a different ballgame. That's just like, yo, I'm trying to go in. Like, I'm trying to really like catch up because there's guys that they already have like, I saw a guy that had 22 different apps on Shopify, and I'm like, bro, I'm about to catch up to you. Give me a year. I'm gonna get 22 of those. You know what I mean? The voice Atlas, I have to check your page. I get nothing from YouTube. Man, you gotta go to Coding Phase. That's what we're doing there. Much gratitude. Yeah, man, thank you. Let's see. Good looking. Anything else that says JavaScript, that's the foundation. Let's see. Yo, do you have affiliate links on the tab in each site you were talking about? Yes. Affiliate links and Google Ads. And also to it's another company called, I believe it's Tabula. Let's see, Tabula, yeah. There's another company that is great for advertisement. So, like, let's say you have on each website, you could go in and get like direct ads from like companies like Booking.com, IKEA, etc., and they could promote exactly on your website without having to use Google AdSense. So, but you need traffic. You can't show up there with like, well, I got 3 people that watch my website. It's like, nah, bro, you got to go in there with stats. You got to get like 100,000 unique visitors for them to just even allow you to go in there. Okay, let me see. Damn, 3 apps per month. Yeah, and the thing is that I'm doing small applications. Like, I'll tell you like one of them, like how to build, let's say for example, like a drop down menu for your shipping. How you call this? Your shipping ways of doing things. So like I said, for the shipping company. So like let's say you're using FedEx for shipping, you're using USPS, you're using a DHL, etc. Right? I have a application which you could put in your zip code, and then from there I connect to all those different platforms, and then supposedly the company, the store gives me their zip code from where they're shipping from, and then I could calculate how long is it gonna take. So that right there is just a simple application. It's simple. That shit took me less than 3 days to build it. So that's one application done. Then I have another one which is for Instagram and TikTok. So instead of just having Instagram app and then another TikTok app, I'm building one that's gonna be. I already did half of it. I already did the Instagram part. Now I'm doing the TikTok part, where you could find different posts from different users, and then from there say, okay, give me the post from this person and then upload it to the website. So when somebody goes to their store, let's say they have a store and they have an Instagram account and they have a TikTok account, automatically at the bottom there's a gallery that it shows their latest posts and the latest images, right? Or the latest or videos that's just playing. And I have like a nice design for it. So it looks pretty cool. It doesn't matter what type of design the theme that they have looks like. If they implement my gallery into it, it's still gonna look good. So at the end of the day, that shit costs money. That's like $5. So I have it at $5. The shipping one, I'm gonna put it at probably $3 or maybe $8, depending. I'm gonna try it out, see what's the best pricing to get people in there. And then once we get a lot of reviews, I'm putting every fucking app at $10. That's it. That's how it is. That's my strategy. Create simple applications, put them out there, and then try to do quantity over quality. And what I mean by that is like I could go ahead and spend 6 months building a really fucking huge application, right? Like most people here will be like, like the couple of nerds and dweebs to be like, oh, you're building this type of application? Oh, this is so simple. Gosh, I wouldn't build that, right? And it's like, yeah, stupid, you wouldn't build that, but you don't understand that the more apps that you build, the more money you make. Like, I'm not trying to impress nobody. You know what I'm saying? Like, you're gonna see once I come out and show you guys all the apps that I built within the first month, people's gonna be like, oh, this shit is easy to make. And it's like, yeah, it is. That's what I'm doing though. Like, I don't need to build something that's huge because I'm not trying to impress nobody. Like, I know how to code. Like, I'm teaching people how to code. Like, I could build any type of application you could think of when it comes to the web, of course. Now, who the fuck do I need to improve to impress and tell them, here's my super complex application that took me 2 years to build? Who do I have to impress? I don't have to impress nobody. The only thing I got to impress is the guy in the bank. You know what I'm saying? When the guy in the bank sees me at TD Bank and I show up there and be like, hey man, show up with the shorts, show up with this fucking Star Wars t-shirt, got the little camo, the blue camo shit, right? Go in there with my little red hat, and the guy goes like, yo, whose man's is this? Where does dude come from? And I say, let me get 30,000. That's the best feeling in the world. When you go to the bank. Yeah, I took my mom, when my mom was here in August, my mom's face, my mom and the lady from the freaking TD Bank, their face changed. So I go like, can I take out 30,000 from my business account? Can you put it into my personal account? My mom goes like, Jolene, y eso no es mucho. Tú no estás sacando mucho dinero de ahí. Like, yo, you're not taking too much money? Where you got that money? And I'm like, I got it. Don't worry about it. And like, my mom thinks that the shit's gonna bounce. Like, this shit's not gonna bounce. This shit got like fucking $500,000 in there. You know what I mean? Like, this shit is crazy. This shit's not gonna bounce if I take it out. You know? And that was when I was doing my construction. I haven't even shown you guys the new bathroom that I just finished building here in my house. All marble, brand new freaking tile, marble tiles, marble on the wall, marble everywhere. Fucking, you know me. If I'm gonna do it, I'm gonna do it big, right? So at the end of the day, my mom was like, yo, this shit is crazy. But that's the best feeling. You know what I'm saying? So when I'm on the internet, I'm talking about how to build simple applications. Doesn't mean I can't build complex applications. It's like, nah, stupid. I'm not spending a whole year building a complex application when I could go in and build freaking 24 in that 1 year. You get what I'm saying? Like, that's my mentality. I got the Indian mentality. I'm Dominican, but I got the Indian mentality. Indian dudes go in there and be like, yo, I'm not building a super complex application. I'm building 24 themes on WordPress and I'm putting it out there. I'm making my bread. Who do I need to impress? You know what I'm saying? Like, what, a couple of nerds and dweeps that I could hire them? I'm not fucking impressing them. You know what I mean? Like, that's how I think. Bite-sized abs. Yup. I mean, look at Levels.io, right? He got freaking his application is a simple application. One PHP file, index.php. That's it. All of his code is in that one piece of document. And it's a simple application, and that brings him $65,000. You go and tell that shit to function or the coding train. Go tell them that shit. Their head explodes. They're like, you gotta use a framework. You gotta put this shit into different modules. You gotta fucking do. Go tell that shit to a couple of the dweebs out here. Their fucking head explodes. But the dude that's here about his money, he don't care how this shit gets built. He don't care about how complex it is. It's like, nah, kiss. Keep it simple, stupid. That's it. That's the model. That's the model. If you really want to make money, you don't make money by just focusing on one thing. You got to learn how to scale that. If you're able to build an application, and one thing that I'm showing you guys on my Shopify app development course, shameless plug, bringing it back, right? I said, hold on, King. Let me bring you right back into it. But what we do in that course, right, is literally teaching you guys the way on how to build these applications quick. Like, I'm not going in there. If you go in there right now, you're going to notice Joe's not teaching you the history of Laravel. Joe's not teaching you the history of Shopify. You see most instructors, they'll go sit down and be like, hey, guys, this is a class. We're using this class that communicates with this other class over here. It's like, nah, if you're taking this course, I'm already expecting that you already know that, okay? Like, I'm already expecting that you don't care about the history of PHP, when PHP was created. We're not wasting time on that. We're going to start building an application right away. We're going to hit the ground running, okay? And then you can reuse the same application as a copy and paste job so you could replicate what we just did here in other applications. Now it's just about creating the ideas and saying, you know what, this is the next thing that I could create for somebody else and I could solve their problem. But now the infrastructure and the framework and everything is already built. So now it's just copy and paste and edit the code. That's what we're doing. I'm teaching you guys exactly how I do it, right? If you want to get to the bread, this is how you do it. You don't do it by trying to impress people on the internet. Like, what the fuck you need to be impressing people on the internet for? Nobody pays your bill. You know what I mean? Like, when I be seeing somebody like go on Stack Overflow and somebody asks a question, like a simple question. Somebody goes in and be an asshole, or be an asshole to somebody. And it's like, why? Why are you being an asshole? And then somebody goes in and leaves the answer. And then another person goes below them and is like, this is wrong. You're using a for loop when you could use a map on this array. Here's the proper way of doing it. And I'm like, no, that's not the proper way. What he did was proper because they already got the job done. If that's how he knows how to do it, that's it. That's the answer. Call it a day. You know what I'm saying? But everybody wants to impress everybody, and everybody wants to do this and that. You know who I want to impress? It's like I always tell you guys, the guys that's more successful than me. I don't want to impress no couple of dweebs on the internet. For what? They don't pay my bills. I got shit to do. Like, that's how I look at it. I'm like, I got kids. I got shit to do, kid. I ain't got time to be impressing you, you know? And that's how you should be. That's it if you want to get to the bread. Now, if you want to be working for somebody forever or just want to be one of those guys that is GitHub famous, you want to be GitHub famous? Hey, I got a library that got 100,000 stars. How much money you made out of that? Well, it's open source. How long you been working on it? Well, I got 7 years working on it. Where you live? Well, I live in my mom's basement. It's like, nah, my dude, you're talented. You should have used that talent for something else then. You know? But I ain't trying to be GitHub famous, bro. Like, I'm not. You know what I mean? I want guys that a year, 2 years, 3 years from now could come back and make a video about me and say, damn, I learned from Coding Phase. This is what I learned. This is all the things that I was able to accomplish. That's what I want. That's how I want to impress somebody. And be like, damn, people are making good videos about me and talking about how I helped them out and shit like that. I don't need to be impressing a couple of dweebs talking about what's faster, a for loop or a while loop, while they're still living with their mom's house or living with roommates. They're like, I work for Google, but I live with roommates. I can't afford to live in my own apartment. You're a grown ass man still living with roommates? I'm not trying to be that dude. You know what I'm saying? I'm very far from that. KW is like, yo, that voice. How many stars you got on your repo? I got 100,000 stars. You know, where you live? Well, you know, my mom's basement. I'm not trying to answer to that shit. I'm not trying to impress that dude. You know, it's true though. Yeah, acting like this shit is not real. Like this is like real life shit. Like, that's why I follow guys, bro. Go look at this. Like this dude. Like this is why this shit is classic, right? This post is classic because even at this moment, right? There's like people that they're freaking out. They don't know how to act. They're like, yo, man, it's like, what? Let me see if it's this one. Like you look at the comments. No, you can't just make it 65K with a single PHP page. Lampstaff go, brr. Oh my god, man. It's true. You start looking at people's comments, and people are freaking out. They're like, no way, man. You know? Look at this dude, pissed. This is a weird flex, but okay, go off. Like, this is the type of shit. This is when they get mad. They're like, they don't know how to react. They're like, wait, you making 65K off of one single index.php file? While I'm over here busting my ass, I'm building a merge stack. I got fucking GraphQL up my ass. I got fucking every fucking type of shit that just dropped. And I can't even make $1, but I have to work for somebody else. And this guy's making this thing. That's a weird flex, bro. You know what I mean? That's when fucking Levels is like, yo, oh hello, fellow kids. How's your weird flex going? That's the type of dude that I look up to. I'm not here for a couple of dweebs talking about what's faster, or for loop or while loop. Okay, basement Bob. You know what I mean? Like, we're not here for basement Bob, right? Whose feed is that? Search Levels.io. Levels.io. Just like that. You see right here? Levels.io. Go follow him. Go follow him and leave a comment. Say, hey man, Coding Face sent me. Okay? Yep. I hate when people do that. They be like, weird flex. It's like, nah. It's not a weird flex. It's you're jealous and you're pissed because you're not doing this shit. You know what I mean? What I'm doing, you're not doing. You get what I'm saying? Like, I wish people would just put in and say, don't talk about money that I don't got. Like, that should just be the comment. Like, don't talk about shit that I don't got because I feel weird. That should be the comment. Instead of weird flexes, it should be like, don't talk about shit that I don't got because I feel weird now. You know? But that's how it is, bro. Put that shit away after that scene. He's in Shopify. Yeah, man, I've been trying to get him. The thing is that he's busy, at the same time, and he's like a different time zone. I don't even know right now. He might be like in Bali or something. So I have to like do like early in the morning, like at 3 a.m. or some shit like that, to do a proper live stream with him. But we're gonna get it one of these days, man. But yeah, man, I'm out of here, guys. I actually got shit to do. I really appreciate you guys hanging out with me. But yeah, man, go check out Shopify app development on codingphase.com if you want to. It's just another avenue for you to make income independently. All right. For those of you guys that want to just get started to learning how to code, it's $20, bro. Like I don't know what you're waiting on. I don't know who you looking who you need to vouch for codingphase.com. It's like some dude is like, hold on, I need to see more. Like there's dudes that's been here for 6 months. Like I don't know, I don't believe it yet. Like I've been here for 6 months. I still haven't gone to codingphase.com. I'm just like I'm just over here like learning. I'm still trying to figure out if this is what I want to do. It's like, bro, you've been here for 6 months. Go to codingphase.com, get started. You could have been already got hired, bro. Like, okay. Will this be uploaded? Yeah, we'll leave it up there, man. We'll leave it on the live stream on the website. Not the website, on the YouTube channel. We'll keep it there for you guys. Okay. Anyways, man, I'm gonna see you guys later. It's your boy Joe back at it again, codingphase.com. Let me see. Hey, yo, so the PHP theme course is not on any of the learning pathways at Coding Phase. No, PHP theme course, the WordPress theme course, no, it's not because I'm creating a different pathway for WordPress. And I haven't had the time. Good thing that you just reminded me, so I could put it up. So technically, when you go to career paths, I'm gonna have in there everything that you need to become a WordPress developer. So that's what we're doing. And then I don't know if maybe in December. In December, I might create a new course how to create WordPress plugins for those of you guys that might be interested in that WordPress career path. But today, right after we finish this live stream, I'm gonna put it up. So thank you, Gregory, for mentioning that because I'm supposed to do that. It's just I have so much shit on my plate that sometimes I come in here, we get hype and shit like that, and then I forget. I'm like, oh shit, this was what I was supposed to do today. So thank you. Let me see. I thoroughly enjoyed. What do we do again? Enjoyed. What do we do? Okay, I guess. Yeah. No, I'm glad if you enjoyed it and you want to rewatch it again. Hey, hang out. Put the shit like you going to the gym and put it on a speaker, put it on your headphones. There's a lot of gems in here, man. Hey Joe, how do you keep your mental strong? Nothing, man. I just keep working, man. That's it. There's days I'm down, just like anybody else, but most of the time I'm up, especially when shit is going good. For me to be down, it has to be stuff like personally, like like when a few weeks ago I had a flood in my house, and then that shit brought my mood down because I'm like, damn, I'm putting so much money into the house, and then one pipe broke. It's like every time that I'm doing something good and I'm having a great time, some shit comes in and fucks up my day. That's normal. That's life, right? But most of the time I'm up, especially when I hang out with my kids and crack some jokes, you know, with you guys in here. But anyways, man, I'm gonna see you guys later. It's your boy Joe back at it again, codingphase.com. Your boy's back and Alan did it again. One more time, stop slacking, go to codingphase.com. Okay. This one's in the Coding Phase hat. There's a coach hat, but it got the C. You get the picture, right? Codingphase.com. I'll see you guys later. Take care. Peace. I'm out.